So Ford has the Explorer, one who scouts unfamiliar areas, an adventure to say. Then they've also got the Everest, which is the world's highest mountain above sea level, or in our case, 100,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. Then there's what Columbus or Magellan were on, which is to travel far and wide to discover new lands. And believe you me, they would have been less cranky and better smelling had they decided to take this thing. The Plus Size Beauty 2019 Ford Expedition Limited.
Harder.
What? Now, there's no denying the Exped makes me look like a minion standing next to the Statue of Liberty. The wheelbase alone is 11 feet long. But see, that's just the beginning. This thing is 6.5 feet tall, over 7.5 feet wide, and 18.5 feet long. This thing's even got Shaq going,
I got the boards, I got the steels, and yeah, it's a pretty big car. Yeah, big car.
Now, on a vehicle of this magnitude, the halogen headlamps up front could use some updating, but I beg Ford not to touch anything else because the front clip looks ridiculously intimidating. Look at the front grille. It looks like a Shrek-sized cheese grater. Imagine that coming up behind you on the highway. Yee. This building's facade has got some pretty cool features to it too. 20-inch rims above 249 millimeters of ground clearance, locator lights found underneath the power folding mirrors that have repeaters. It's got a touch panel right here for entry and step boards that appear out of nowhere. I can do that all day. Now, the rear is not as intimidating as the front clip, but it is very functional. For starters, the glass. You can access the rear. And the power tailgate can be activated via the key fob. Now, if you open her up, you're looking at 1,000 liters of space, more than actually with the third row in play. If you fold the third row, then you're looking at 2,200 liters of space, which is already quite a lot. But if you put down the second row, and that's flat, you're looking at over 3,000 liters of space. And if you're wondering exactly what that looks like, that is what 3,440 liters of space looks like. You really can't get more redneck than that. Oh, and that is what it looks like when you gotta blow it up without a pump. Sorry, man. One thing though, the size of this wiper against this massive rear glass, it's like putting a spear of asparagus on a 20-ounce steak and calling it a salad. Now, we've reviewed other 7-seaters, obviously, and you can click up here or the link in the description below to see that some are more comfortable than the others. The third rows are mostly for children and jaunts, but in this case, my goodness, it is ridiculously comfortable. Check this out. This seat is it's an extended form for the second row, and I've got leg room, not that much headroom, but still, very impressive. You've got toys like cup holders, charging ports, a light, and even air, which will make even man-children like myself happy back here. Oh, and get this. It's not a 7-seater. It's an 8-seater. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The second row is business class, as you'd expect. Now, while you have toys like a panoramic roof, you've got cup holders, charging points, controls for the air, controls for the audio, which are a 12-speaker Bang & Olufsen system, by the way. And is that a socket?
Dude, I'm so sorry.
Now, while all of that is fine, it may lack some entertainment value in here for the second row passengers that other full-size SUVs do have. But the amount of space in here, well, it's just enormous. It's close to even being overwhelming. Close, but not, because I love it. Getting into the proper driving position isn't really a problem, even if you look like me, which is like a bangka lost in the middle of Lake Michigan. You've got a 10-way power adjustable seat with lumbar support, a 4-way power adjustable steering column, and foot pedals that are powered as well. This thing has so much power it'll make He-Man jealous. There are so many screens and a plethora of buttons that you don't really want to miss out on, so the best way to calmly navigate through that is via the Xped's unboxing, which you can see right here or in the link in the description below. Now with that taken care of, whoa, that's kind of far. Let's go for a drive. Ford's NHTSA 5-star winner is equipped with dual-stage front and 3-row safety canopy system, blind spot detection, ABS, EBD with brake assist, stability control, advanced track with roll stability control, hill start assist, and active park assist. Up front is the 3.5-liter V6 EcoBoost that produces 375 horses and 638 Nm of torque sitting on a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now, although the Xped is made with aluminum and lighter but tougher steel, it still does weigh over 2.5 metric tons. That being said, it can hit 100 kilometers per hour in under 6 seconds and has the towing capacity that can pull 4 Carabao at the same time. No, not at the same time as hitting 100 kilometers per hour, those poor Carabao. Anyway, that being said, you will obviously not expect astronomical figures when it comes to fuel consumption. And you're right about that, because in the city, you're only producing 4.5 kilometers per liter, on the highway a little bit better at 9.5. Though I figure the Xped buyers are not necessarily those that are worried about fuel consumption. They're in it more for the safety, the space, and the security, while being driven. Speaking of which, oh, Vincent!
Facundo, la oficina, rápido.
On a fluke, sadly, I hit 60 kilometers per hour on EDSA. Now, I found that the car shook a little bit more than expected and the seats rattled as they were folded flat. However, on a full tank of gas, as you'd expect, inside the city during heavy traffic and on well-behaved roads right outside the city, the car is very, very stable. It's the space, really. That's exactly what it is. It's like the pineapple fields of Bukidnon or the cane fields of Bacolod. You get into those places and you can breathe freely. In here, it's the same thing. You've got all this space and you can just breathe. Not by being inside your office inside Metro Manila or in the traffic of Metro Manila. In here, this is mine. This is, your domain kind of thing, and nobody can touch it. And I love that. That premium, though, that premium space that you have in this thing, that does come with a price. The 2019 Ford Expedition Limited comes in at 4,258,000 Philippine pesos. Now, others will argue, and yes, it does tend to lean more on the expensive side for what it offers. Now, while I'm inclined to agree, I kind of look at it more as a premium personal space
Of ridiculous proportions. On wheels.
Daddy. Stop it!